Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. In the pick'em game, you can pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in that week's game for a chance to win big. And as you already know, I'm going Josh Allen higher in yards every single week. So sign up today with promo code Buffalo Fanatics and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code Buffalo Fanatics to get your first deposit doubled up to $100.
There's no overtime discussion today. The defense didn't blow it in 13 seconds. They were just thumped for 3 hours.
I don't remember anybody ever showing up for mandatory minicamp and then leaving.
This is what happens when everything comes apart.
And you start wondering, if not now, when?
There's just too much pressure, too much stress.
It feels like they missed their window. And I'm going to have them missing out on the playoffs in the long run here.
We're very internally motivated here.
We're in a great spot, got the right pieces. The goal is going to always be the goal.
They're better when they're doubted and they're disrespected.
We're molded and calloused from all the obstacles that we've had to overcome.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win.
No one's expectations will be higher than ours.
Allen hangs it, throws it deep to the end zone. Touchdown! To the end zone, wide open touchdown. Stephon Diggs. Pressure up the middle and he goes down. Von Miller got him again. High and it's intercepted. Micah to the house. There comes Allen and the lead. Oh, what a run by Josh Allen.
Everybody's comfortable in the shallow end with 2 feet on the ground. We live in the deep water where it's uncomfortable, where it hurts a little bit.
I love y'all boys, man. I ain't gonna ride for nobody, but this group right here, let's go win.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go, this is what we live for!
What's going on, Buffalo Fanatics? How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to a brand new edition, a Saturday Night Live special edition of Rated Rev, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, Business Master Tax, and it's on the best network, bringing you nothing but the best in Bills content. You already know what it is, baby. It's the Buffalo Fanatics Network. Smash that like. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And let's get this thing popping, baby. Yo, I'm so excited about tonight's show. I've got some special guests that are going to join me here in just a little bit, but you already know what time it is, baby. It is the Rated Rev roll call. Let me know where you're watching the show from. Drop it right now in the chat live. Let me read it. I want to see what's happening. Hey, let's get it popping. Donut B.O.B. What's up, Rev? NJ, Bills fan in the house. What's happening, baby? I love it. I love it. Kim Betts. What's good, Kim? What's going on, baby? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let's get it popping. Let me see where y'all at. I've got Daniel Collin coming in. Let's go. Buffalo watching from Thomaston, Georgia in the house. That's what I'm talking about. You guys drop it in the chat right now. This is the roll call. Texas flood. Frisco, Texas. Real close to where I am right now. I love Frisco. Worked out there for a while. Absolutely beautiful city. Kim Betts coming in from upstate New York. What's going on, Kim? And I apologize for being late. I've got my man Gabriel Wendell coming in from Newark, New York in the house. Fanatics coming in from Ontario, Canada. What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? David Stearns, Buffalo, New York. You guys are coming in. Scott Blakely. What's good, baby? Long time no see. Cold in Chicago. It was cold in Chi-Town like that, man. It's been cold out here in Texas. It warmed up today, but it's been a little cold, a little chilly. I guess we're skipping fall, going right to winter. I've got Augustine Sanabria live from Haines City, Florida, in the house. Relic 187 says, "Yo, Bills Mafia mount up." That's what I'm talking about, baby. And then my man Mike B comes in. He says, "Yo, that intro got me hyped." Well, I hope you're hyped. I hope you're ready. That's my job, is to get y'all revved up for the game tomorrow night. Sunday night football. Bills Bengals in the jungle of Cincinnati, Ohio. It's going to be a crazy game. A crazy game. And I hope y'all are ready for it. Jose the Bills Mafia coming in from Raleigh, North Carolina. John Sawyer Vaughn, Rochester, New York. You guys are filing on in here right now, and I love it. Keep on coming in here as we progress in the show. But as I mentioned before, I am so incredibly glad to be here with y'all for a special Saturday night edition of Rated Rev. How's y'all Saturday been? I hope y'all Saturday's been good. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you having fun. Friends, family, got a chance to hang out. Let me know what you feel about this new format tonight, man. This Saturday night show. Should I keep the Saturday afternoon at noon Eastern, or should we make a transition to Saturday night live show? I don't know. You guys let me know. I'll do whatever you guys think we should do. But I'm feeling it. I'm fired up. We are right here, the precipice of a monster game. Monster game. Don't let nobody fool you. This game right here against the Bengals is huge. A lot of playoff implications are tomorrow night. I'm telling you right now, I know people will say, well, there's a lot of football left to play. I get it. True, that is. But we're going to talk about it because both of these teams coming in here have a lot of reason why they need to win this game. And I've got some people on here on the show and bring on. We're going to talk all about it. So I hope y'all are ready for it. Go ahead and smash that like if you haven't already done so. Oh, matter of fact, go to supportbf.com. Supportbf.com is where you can find all things related to the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Fanatics. You're going to find all of the shows. We got merch. We've got articles from our incredible contributors to the BF Mafia, the BF family. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. But without any further ado, because I want to respect my man's time, I've got somebody who's brand new to the show, brand new to Rated Rev, brand new to BF as well. Maybe y'all have seen him. Maybe you've heard about him. Maybe you haven't. But if you haven't, you're going to find out tonight And I'm joined tonight, my brother. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up if you're ready. I think he's ready. Looks like he's ready. But there we go. There we go. I am brought. Look. We've been getting a conversation for the past several weeks, and we've been like, yo, I've got to get you on the show. As soon as possible, I got to get you on the show. But it can't just be any show. It's got to be a special show. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a show where we are previewing a big game. Couldn't be like the Bucks game or the Patriots game. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. I'm talking about a big game. Sunday night football. I don't get no bigger than that. Against the Bengals, yeah. I'm going to bring my man on for that. And that is none other than my man, Emmanuel Kulu from the Buffalo Against the World podcast. Also on Built In Buffalo. What's good, baby? How you feeling tonight, man?
What's good, Bills Fanatic family, the Bills Mafia family all over the world? Yes, it's us against the world. Shout out to my Built In Buffalo family and all the family that support the Buffalo Bills. Let's go, Rev. We in the building.
We in the building, man. Hey, we are in the building. It is a look. It's a huge game, man. It is a big game that we got right now tomorrow night against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm not too sure how many people really understand just the implications about this game. Yeah. We know what happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, and I'll say this with all due respect to what happened with DeMar and Cincy, I felt like the way that game was going, it wasn't pretty. No. I just thought, I felt like the momentum was in the favor of the Bengals. And I feel like had it not been for what happened, I felt like the Bengals would have won that game.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to see that. We all know why. But we felt like it was like fate and destiny would have us meet each other in the playoffs at some point, right? Whether it was the first round, second round, didn't matter. We felt like we were destined to face off against each other. And we did in Buffalo. A lot of people felt like, yo, we get this team in Buffalo in the weather, in the elements. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do our thing.
And we had all of those things, bro.
We had all of those things, yo. And in our favor, but it didn't work out. They didn't work out. The Bills, they didn't show up. People make excuses like they'll say like, hey, man, like, Rev, yo, the emotions of the season got to the guys. And even some of the players, they kind of touched on it. And I'm not like downplaying the significance of that. I mean, that like last year was unprecedented when it comes to like the amount of adversity the team faced. And so you can't really just ignore that type of emotional distress on the team. It wore them out.
Yeah.
But these are professionals in between the lines.
Rev, but here's my thing, bro. And I was mad about this all season. I felt like Stephon Diggs. But look, man, we came all the way to that point.
Yeah.
We came all the way to that point. That was our revenge game. That was our revenge game. DeMar was there. Everything was aligned for us for the stars to show up.
Yeah.
For Allen, for Diggs. Diggs showed up. But you see my man. You seen it.
Hands up.
You know what I mean? You seen it. So this is what we need. We need the stars to show up. Gabe Davis, man, you got to see. You got to show up, bro.
Yeah,
we need Von Miller, the real Von Miller. We need you to show up.
We need a lot of these players to show up in this game. Big time game, man. Like we have, like, this is the redemption revenge game for the Bills. Like I know they'll downplay and say, oh, it's just another person, it's just another team on a schedule, whatever. They got this game circled. They've been looking at this team. And how befitting is it that these Cincinnati Bengals are now, they're hitting their stride just right when they have to face the Bills. Like we could have got them early in the year when they were struggling and limping a little bit. No, they are hitting their stride, and this is really what we expected out of them. I mean, let's just give these guys some respect. Same thing that happened to them last year, right? I mean, they got off to a slow start, and what happened? We seen what happened. Like these guys, they come strong later on in the season. And really, this is when you want to be playing your best football. You really want to be hitting your stride come November, December, into the playoffs. It makes having a quick start is good. I mean, we saw what happened with the Bills where they had that early start last year, but then all of a sudden, if you run out of gas early, you know what I'm saying? Like what good does that do you? And so, it's important for you guys to hit the stride right now.
I 100% agree with you, bro, because if you really take a think of what Cincinnati has done the last few years, even the year they went to the Super Bowl, you like, yo, they started off slow every year. Yeah. And this is Burrow's thing. He starts off a little slow, and then he starts righting the ship. This is what they do. And last year we saw that when they came here into Buffalo, these guys had no respect for us.
Right.
And the way our defense responded with soft coverage the whole entire game, it was just
it was mad.
Hair out more than it's already gone, bro.
It was frustrating, man. It was frustrating. I mean, watching that game and seeing how it transpired, like the Bills, they didn't show up in that game. They didn't show up, and I felt like, all right, look, of all games you want to show up for, it's that game, right? It's that game. I mean, yeah, they were fired up against the Patriots, and yeah, they were fired up against the Dolphins, even though it was a close game. I mean, Skylar Thompson almost beat them, but you want to be prepared against that team, right? Yes. In that stadium, in Buffalo, in Hard Rock Stadium, it didn't happen. But that's the past, right? That was last year. Now this is this year. Brand new year. And I think that there's some psychological things that I think the Bills need to get over. I look at it almost much like I did the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, like we for some reason we just can't seem to get past this team. And I felt like the Bills needed to beat these guys. I'm talking about the Chiefs. At least in the regular season, beat them in the regular season to kind of get that monkey off your back, so to speak, and to get over that psychological hurdle to let you know that, hey, we've beaten these guys before. You got something to refer to in case you face them in the playoffs. The Bills finally did it. They got over the hump against the Chiefs in the regular season, and so they haven't been able to cross that bridge in the playoffs. But at least they can beat them. I think the Bills going in against the Bengals, they have to beat this team. Yeah, I think it's highly important psychologically.
They have out physicaled us, Rev. These guys have out physicaled us both games, on both sides of the ball. So we have a lot to prove. Now, you just mentioned that Chiefs when we had to get over the Chiefs, right? We still have that hump to get over them in the playoffs. That's something that still needs to be accomplished. But right now, we're talking about these Cincinnati Bengals who, have given the Chiefs runs for their money for the past 3 seasons. So we know that Burrow is a threat.
Facts. We know Burrow's we know he's a threat. I mean, we got Jamar Chase, we got T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, that defense. We're gonna talk a lot about about the previewing the matchup. But what I want to do first, before we really just dive headfirst into all that, I want to jump in and talk about the Bills weekend review. So, like, what has transpired over this past week with the Buffalo Bills? And in case, you were living under a rock, the trade deadline came and went. And the Buffalo Bills, and I'll admit, Emmanuel, I'll admit, bro, like I was kind of concerned about the Buffalo Bills, about where they were roster-wise, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Mm-hmm. I did not like how thin we were at cornerback. Right. I mean, last year, I wasn't a fan of Dane Jackson. I really wasn't. I mean, I thought he got cooked last year a lot, so like this year, not expecting a whole lot. But I mean, beyond him and, and Christian Benford, like we really had nobody. Like Kyer Elam, where's he at? He's not doing nothing, helping scratch almost every week. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like the Bills needed to make a move defensively, whether it be at cornerback position or even at the defensive line. I was okay with the linebacker situation, but I felt like in the trenches or in the secondary is where the Bills needed to make the biggest move. And come to find out, Brandon Beane addressed both of those positions in the trade deadline by getting Rasul Douglas, bringing him in from Green Bay, and then going in and and bringing in, of course, it wasn't via trade, but he went on ahead and signed him off the street, so to speak. And that's Linval Joseph, big old defensive tackle there. Man, I want to get your thoughts on that, man, Kulu. So, like when you heard that the Bills went on and added those two players, not to mention Leonard Fournette to the practice squad, what was your first thoughts about those players that the Bills added?
I was excited. Beef. Yeah. That's what I've been wanting to see. I've been wanting this team to beef up. I've been saying this for the last 3 years. The Bills lose a lot of games in the trenches. Physicality has a lot to do with it. And, we got guys like Jordan Phillips who is pretty big, but he's been dealing with a lot of injuries over the past few years. So bringing in Linval really beefs up that defensive line, and it helps Ed Oliver out a lot because Ed Oliver moves like a defensive end as a defensive tackle. Okay. So he's a speed rusher and a combination of speed and power. So he can move, and you just got a guy who just stuffs holes. I mean, that's even better, man. And that frees up guys like Bernard, that lets those defensive ends play safe, play everything the right way. And I just think it makes the game easier. Now, how many snaps he's going to play, I don't know. As for Rasul, man, really excited about that. A competitor, a guy who takes the ball away. That's what I gotta say, man. Bean McBean, man. Bean is making moves, bro. I gotta give him his credit. He get a lot of flack and a lot of slack for some of the picks and some of the draft picks and stuff like that. He had to trade, but he recognized that this team needs to be physical. So he got Rasul, a physical corner, 6'2", 210. He got Joseph, a big veteran guy who's been to the Super Bowl, physical presence. And then on top of that, you bring Fournette in here into this backfield to replace Damian Harris. I wanted Fournette in the first place. He was one of the first guys I wanted. So, I mean, I'm excited about all those. We added beef, bro. Beef.
Beef. It's what's for dinner. You know what I'm saying? We had to get that, man. I'm glad you brought up the fact that we had to get bigger in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, and this is probably, I don't really know if it's unpopular opinion or not, but for me, I've said the past few weeks, since this guy, was injured, that Daquan Jones was a MVP of the defense.
Like I know I gotta disagree with you, Rev.
I know a lot of people would probably say Matt Milano.
Yes,
but I felt like I feel, and this kind of goes back to the whole Tremaine Edmonds conversation back in the day too. Like that one tech position is so crucial to everybody else, not just across the defensive line, but even that linebacker position. And as much of a dog as Matt Milano, and trust me, I'm not taking anything away from him. When you look at how dynamic this Bills defense was early on in this year so far before the injury took place. I mean, they were leading the league in sacks. These guys were flying all over the place. You had Ed Oliver, you had Greg Rousseau, you had Leonard Floyd eating. I mean, these dudes were eating. And Daquan Jones at the time was, I want to say, according to PFF, I think he was like the top 3 interior defensive tackle in run defense and in pass rush win rate. Like that brother was killing it. You know what I'm saying? And so what he did from that interior position was not just, stop the run. Like he provided interior pass rush that opened it up for the rest of the D line. When that brother went out, of course, Matt Milano went out hurt too. But when that brother went out, I think we started to see some of the things that we saw last year at times across the defensive line where, dang, where's the pass rush, right? Or dang, we're starting to be a little bit leaky here in the run game. As much as I respect Jordan Phillips and Tim Settle and Poona Ford, like them brothers, like they're not Daquan Jones. You know what I'm saying? And so, that was a huge piece across the defensive line. That's why I thought that loss was monumental to the defense as a whole, because when he's there and he's doing his thing, it makes it easier for the back end. It makes it easier for guys like Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard to fly, to be untouched as they come blazing through the line. And so, I love the fact that Brandon Beane went ahead and addressed that. Of course, I don't think that Linval Joseph is a Daquan Jones as far as the pass rush is concerned, but the brother, I think he has plenty to offer in the run defensive perspective. You know what I'm saying? But I've got some other guy. I've got another brother, man. I want to bring on the show. He just popped on in here. It's my man, yo. I want to hear from him as well. You guys know who it is, man. Yo, my brother's no stranger to the show. It's my man Silas Whittle, aka Whittle 2K. What's good, baby? How you feeling tonight, man?
Hey, what's going on, Rav? How you doing?
Whittle, what's going on, man?
I'm good.
What's up, brother? How you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Yo, Silas. So I mean, so you got a chance to hear what we're talking about, man. Like this is a big game, no doubt.
Yeah.
But Brandon Beane, he addressed some key points of positions of need, you know, across the defense and really just on this team in general, man. What were your thoughts, man, when you found out that Brandon Beane went on ahead and made the trade for Rasul Douglas and then added Linval Joseph and Leonard Fournette?
Well, I'll start off with the Rasul Douglas pickup. Rasul Douglas is from a town in New Jersey called East Orange. It's right out. It's a town that borders Newark, New Jersey. He's from the same town. He was born and raised the same place I was born and raised from. So, I was really excited to see us pick up a guy like that. Anytime you see one of the guys from where you from make it, man, that's huge. And then to make it, and then to be on the team that you're rooting for, man, that's heavy.
Yeah.
I know he comes back to the area every off season and spends a lot of time out here. I love it. Like, he brings an attitude to the secondary that the only one on the secondary that has it is Christian Benford, to be honest.
Yeah.
Christian Benford is that guy, man.
I agree.
Very in your face, tough, hard-nosed kid. Doesn't back down from anything. He's from Baltimore, Maryland, went to school in Philly, Villanova. So, you know what type of time he's on. Rasul is the same way. I know where he's from, and the guys my age from where he's from, they cut like that. So I'm excited to see him. Yeah, man, listen, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to have a secondary like that.
So I can tell, bro, that you're just like, you loving it. You loving what he brings to the table. I mean, 6'2", 210, like he's the biggest corner we have, man. Like I don't even think we even had a corner with that size. I mean, so you get that size, you get that length, you get that ability, man, like that energy, and plus, dude is a ball hawk too, like ball hawk, and he's crazy versatile. I've seen some clips, man, like of him playing inside, outside, even playing in the dime. You know what I'm saying? As you know what I'm saying, kind of like what Jordan Poyer was doing last week. So he brings that versatility. Do you think, man, like, do you think he gets on the field tomorrow night?
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
If we haven't heard anything yet, I feel like just based on the way he plays, how he approaches the game, not only from a physical standpoint, but he's extremely smart. He's extremely opportunistic on the field. So his eyes are constantly in the backfield. He does a good job of leveraging multiple routes when he's in coverage. He's reading the quarterback's eyes. His ability to stop and break on the football is amazing. I mean, the way he can close in and not only break the ball, like not only can he close in and take the ball away, but at 6'2" and 210 pounds, even out of position, he can still make a play on the ball because he's got that frame. So even out of position, he can reach around, knock the ball out. He's a willing tackler. He's going to help us out in the run game. He's going to help us seal that edge. And what I love about him potentially getting some snaps is if you paid attention to the Bengals over the last, I would say, 4 or 5 games, they throw a lot of screens. They throw screens to Jamar Chase. They throw screens, they throw screens to Tyler Boyd. They throw screens to Mixon. They try to get their playmakers the football early so they can make some things happen. He's a guy that can read that screen. He can release himself from blocks. He can avoid blocks, and he can make tackles at the line of scrimmage. I love that. So, man, like that's a big move. I can't wait till his jersey is. I gotta check and see if they got his jersey online, so I can go ahead and put that thing on order. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. And he signed next season, so we don't have to worry about
right.
He signed next season. That's big. Brandon Beane is not only making moves for right now, but he's making moves to keep us relevant next year as well. I gotta go with Kulu here too, bro. I wanted Leonard Fournette in the offseason. That's a power back with soft hands that can catch the football. He's a very good pass blocker. The guy has the guy has patient feet. And he has that pop that if you miss, man, he's got that pop in that acceleration. He can go. He can take it to the house. Yeah. I love that. And Linval Jones is another guy that I would love to. I'm glad we picked up. These moves, man. These moves tell you something about the direction that this team is going. This team is starting
very
to
strategic,
look
man. Very strategic.
Yes. This team is starting to feel like a Sean McDermott defense. Like it's starting to feel like edgy. Yes, edgy dogs in your face. And that's what you need against a team like the Bengals.
That's what you need, man.
You know how they are. You know what
and
I'm
that's
saying?
probably what we were talking about, Silas, before you came on. We was like, what did Beane look at and say, okay, we at the mid-season point right now. What do we need to add to this roster? And you just hit it right on the head. And we just said the same thing before you came on. Physical, beef, steak and potatoes, Popeye's chicken.
Man.
That's what.
Yeah, man.
Tough
Spicy.
Guys. Yeah.
Popeye's chicken.
Yeah,
man. Like, you need that on this team. And really, when I think about it, I go back and I think about, when the Bills brought back Josh Norman. I'm like, why did they bring this brother here? And we seen it. You know what I'm saying? We seen it last week. In that one play he had in special teams when he brought the load on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's exactly why we needed him. You know what I'm saying? Because he brings that energy, and it speaks to, like you had mentioned, Sean McDermott's his MO, his identity. He wants guys that are dogs on the field, nasty, tough, physical, play hard, play fast, all of that. And the Bills defense has been missing that, especially with the absence of Matt Milano and Daquan Jones and even Tre'Davious White. So when you get these guys here like Rasul Douglas, he's cut from that same cloth, you get that. And I saw a little clip on the Buffalo Bills, man, like when Rasul got brought to Buffalo, like he was already chopping it up with Sean McDermott. Like Sean McDermott was already on the sideline, like they were talking to each other, and Sean was like, he was in his ear. Like you already can tell, like Sean loved this brother, and I think that he's gonna get on the field early and often, and because of the fact that he's a vet and a proven vet, highly intelligent. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see the guy go ahead and get some early snaps right now. I think he already knows the defense. It's just a matter of translating that terminology. But what he brings to the team, man, on defense is what we need. And I love having that. There's another key point I want to bring up. We talk about Linval Joseph too, man. That addition. Think about this. Daquan Jones has been kind of hinting, on social media. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it nowadays. He's been saying like get ready. Like I think there's a possibility for the brother to come back at some point this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's at the tail end of the year, maybe just going into the playoffs. But if we can get him back too, like you've got him and Joseph.
I heard week 15, week 16-ish. That's what I heard.
Bro, can y'all imagine what that's like? You know what I'm saying? Like if we can get him back on the squad too, and we got those two big mountain men on the inside of the defense, like forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Like forget it. It's a wrap. So I'm looking forward to what the Bills could look like in the future, but we can't go too far ahead of ourselves, right? We got to talk about like right now what the Bills are right now, and that's facing these Cincinnati Bengals, man. These Cincinnati Bengals are hitting their stride just at the right time. And Silas, like me and Kulu were talking about it early on, like this is what they did last year. So really, we really shouldn't be surprised about how they had a late start to the season and whatnot. Like they're hitting their stride right now, and they would be doing it against the Buffalo Bills. Like how significant was that win for the Bengals last week against the Niners, man? And what does that really speak to where they're headed going forward the rest of the season?
I mean, well,
what do you think?
Have they hit their stride? I mean, they had a really good game against the Niners. The Niners don't have a pass rush. I think they're somewhere around 19th in the NFL at in sacks. I mean, they're not really getting home. Bosa has like 2.5 sacks this year. So I mean, yeah, like they had a great game against the Niners. They really undressed them. But we also got to pay attention to what the Niners were able to do that game. Brock Purdy was able to run and kind of hurt them on the ground. George Kittle had well over 100 yards receiving. Brandon Ayuk had over 100 yards receiving. They were moving the football. They just turned the ball over. So the turnovers hurt them, and the defense just I don't know if they just were I think they were taken by surprise to see the commitment to the run that they had, that the Bengals had, and how much they were under center, because they had been in shotgun the majority of the season up until that point. But if you go back a week prior to that game, to the Niners game, they ran into a Seattle team, and Seattle kind of held them to, I think they scored like 19 points or something like that in that game.
Yeah.
It was a very low scoring output from that offense. So,
So
I know we're children of the moment, but we can't crown them off of one performance. I need to see it again.
Okay, so now, man, I'm glad you bringing this up, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring this up, because this is a perfect segue. Because you're not really believing the hype with the Bengals. So let's take a look at some power rankings right now, and I want you to tell me, and I'm gonna kick this off to you too, Kulu, what you guys think about this, and do you agree or disagree with these power rankings? So NFL.com, they put out their weekly power rankings, and right now, currently, I'm just gonna go from the top 10. Okay. Sit down number 1 is the Eagles. Okay. Then number 2, they got the Ravens. 3 is the Dolphins. 4 is the Chiefs. 5 is the Jags. 6 is the Cowboys. 7 is the Lions. 8, the Niners. 9 are the Bills. Seahawks at 10. And where are the Bengals? They're at 11. So the Bills are sitting at 9, and the Bengals are at 11. Kulu, I'm gonna kick this off to you first.
Swap us out with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Swap us with the Cowboys.
Swap us with the Cowboys. Okay. All right. Why do you feel like we should be swapped with the Cowboys?
Cowboys
and then that would require us to jump over the Niners, who are 8.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think they should jump the Niners, but I don't think the Cowboys should be there. I think if you move the Niners to where the Cowboys are, and then the Buffalo right behind where the Niners are, I would respect that. But the Cowboys are not ahead of Buffalo at all.
Okay. All right. Silas, what do you think, man? Do you agree or do you disagree with where the Bills are ranked right now? 9.
Like, why are the Dolphins so hyped up, bro? Like, I don't get it. They have not beat a team with a winning record. They haven't beat a team over 500 since week 3 of last year against us. And every time they run up against a team with a winning record, they get walked. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah. You want me to read it? Let me read to you why they put them at 3. This is what they said, word for word. Talking about the Dolphins. If they can find a way. Now look, right there, that's how you know they don't deserve to be there. If you're gonna start your season, you're gonna start your sentence describing why the Dolphins need to be there, but with the word "if," they're in the wrong spot. So they said if they can find a way to get the offensive line in some sort of functional shape, the Dolphins should be okay. That don't sound like a ringing endorsement for them being number 3. Okay. The returns of Teron Armstead, who he's coming back, and Connor Williams will be a boom. Although Robert Hunt's situation tempers optimism around that unit a bit. The rookie Devon, is it A-Chain or A-Chan? I can't remember. A-Chan, yeah. All right, so he'll be eligible to come off IR after the game in Germany, and that'd be another big boost. The secondary also can get better from within once Xavier Howard and Javon Holland are in the lineup. Ramsey's debut in Sunday's win over the Patriots was more than one could have hoped for. He had an interception, was active in run support, and he played nearly the whole game. It feels like Miami picked up a starter at the trade deadline. That's their reason for putting Miami at number 3. That doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement to me. I don't know what y'all think. I mean, I know what you think, Silas, but man, Kulu, do you think the Dolphins are way overhyped right now?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And, I'm going to give some respect to the fact that Tua is playing at a high level and Tariq is playing at a high level too. We got to give credit where credit is due.
For sure.
But that's where it stops. That's where it stops.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. Like as far as the Bills are concerned, like we as fans, we may not like it, but I think it's fair, kind of, where they are, just, outside of the top. I mean, just kind of outside of the top 5. I mean, you can slide them 7 to 10, however you want. Yeah. But I think it's kind of fair, where they are right now. And I think it's really it's their fault. You know what I'm saying? They have had these bad performances, against the Jags in London. You know what I'm saying? Come back, had a bad performance against the Giants, snuck out of there with a win, even though I think it's kind of questionable. You know what I'm saying? Lost to the Patriots, who they should have dog walked. So and then come back against the Bucks, but they let them guys stay in the game to the very end. And had it not been from Chris Godwin failure to turn around, on a Hail Mary attempt, he probably would have caught it. He could be singing a different story right now. You know what I'm saying? So like the Bills, they tend to put themselves in these positions. You know what I'm saying? And so I wonder if like Silas, you had mentioned about the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? Have they hit their stride? I want to ask you this question, man. Have the Bills hit their stride? I mean, we saw what they did against the Bucks and people were excited about that, but have the Bills really hit their stride? What do you think?
No, I can't say that yet. This is a huge game, man. And this is I feel like this is a game that's going to answer a lot of questions for both of these teams.
Yeah.
If the Bills go in and they play well and they walk out of Cincinnati with a win and the offense looks smart and the offense looks good and on time, and the defense is doing its job and getting off the field and getting the pass rush is getting after Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. The secondary is opportunistic. Bernard and Poyer are squeezing the middle of the routes on the middle of the field, and the corners are using the sideline to help, and they're forcing those receivers towards the sideline. Then great. That answers the question. That's when you got to say, all right, they got Denver and they got the Jets. If the Bills get into that Eagles game at 9-2 or what would it be? It would be if we win this, it would be 6. So 8-2. If we get to that, or 8-3, if we get to that Eagles game, that's when you start.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you start saying, all right, the Bills might be back. Yeah. Now, if the Ravens, if the Bengals win this game and they look like they looked last week, where that offense was clicking and that defense was getting turnovers, then you can say, what, the Bengals have hit their stride. I'm okay with where they're ranked. I'm okay with where we're ranked, even without moving or anything like that, because we mentioned it. You can't lose to you can't lose to Mac Jones and the Patriots.
You can't do that, man. Like you can't. I don't.
But here's the perspective on that, though. Matt Jones and Joe Burrow are getting that ball out in 2.4 seconds. I think there's like a 0.3, 2.2 off. I think Matt Jones is leading, but right behind him is Burrow. So these are two top 3 quarterbacks that are getting that ball out. Okay, this is something that McDermott struggles with. But I'm gonna tell you this: that McDermott got that Leslie Frazier don't got from last year. McDermott is more aggressive. He's going to play more aggressive. We're not going to see so much of that soft coverage that we saw last year, twice in both of those games. So I think that's going to be a contributing factor to how we're going to play them. Now, you add these physical specimens that we added to our team, those dogs. Hopefully, they play a lot tomorrow, because this is going to be a real contributing factor to freeing up guys like Bernard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he can shoot those gaps like he needs to when you have big guys in front of him that are playing their 111. That's what's going to be real important, y'all.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, man. 100%. This is a huge game. Like, who do you think needs to win this game more? Silas, I'll start with you, man. Who do you think needs to win this game more?
The Bengals. And all right. So from a mathematics standpoint, and how the standings currently look, the Bengals need to win this game. They're currently sitting at 4th in their division. Pittsburgh's better this year than they were last year. The Ravens are good and healthy, and Watson is back for the Browns. So those games, and they still have they still have like, what is it, five division games to go, or 4. I think they have 4 more division games to go. They're currently 0-3 in the AFC, 0-2 in their division, so they have 4 more division games to go. They can't afford to lose those division games, especially if they lose this one. They need this if they want to keep their playoff, if they want to stay, if they want to keep their hand on the controls of whether or not they make the playoffs. They need this game. Buffalo needs this game for purely for the way we're viewed nationally, the way we look at ourselves as a team. Are we tough enough to be on the field with the Bengals? Are we gonna allow them to punk us again? Because let's be honest, that's what happened last year. We got punked in our own building. We're answering. This is a game where a lot of questions have to be answered. Is the defense under McDermott going to be good enough to get us through the playoffs? Because the last 2 years it hasn't been. And ultimately, is Ken Dorsey
oh man, hey, I
doing a good job? Like, is Ken Dorsey able to do a good job against a very, very skilled defense and a very, very, very skilled defensive coordinator? We got a lot of questions that need to be answered. And they get answered tomorrow night in Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, Kulu, what do you think, man? Like, who needs to win this game more?
100% agree. Cincinnati has more to prove. I mean, you're looking at the rankings right here. I mean, the Ravens are playing lights out. I mean, the Steelers, they can come and they can go. We know that. The Browns, that division, probably only 2 teams are going to make it from that division. So from that standpoint, you're looking at the Bengals need this game to stay alive in their division. We do too. We do too. Exactly. Like, our pride got hurt last year. I mean, I'm sitting there watching this game in my living room, and I'm hearing Who Dey chants taking over our stadium. I've never heard that ever in Buffalo Bills history. I have never seen a team take over Bills Mafia like that. Utter disrespect.
Complete disrespect.
My man Diggs was saying all season, like, yo, this was he was saying all off season, like, yo, this is what we doing. This is how we going out. This is how we giving it up to DeMar Hamlin. This is how we doing. He watching in the
Come on,
stand
man.
right there. They calling him
dog,
the phone and everything. Like no, we got to remember all those things. We got to remember last season, the adversity, the snowstorm, the top shooting, all of that got to come out in this game.
We have to 100%, man. Like 100%. Like I think both teams, have their own reasons why they need to win this game. Like both Bills and the Bengals. I mean, they're both 0. I mean, they both have 3 conference losses in the season. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens to be that the Bengals are 4th place in the division, and the Bills are 2nd right now. You know what I'm saying? A game ahead of the Jets. So, from a playoff seeding perspective, I think the Bengals have more. You know what I'm saying? A reason why they need to win this game more than the Bills, because I mean, golly, they go 0-4 in the conference. It's going to be hard to come back from that, especially when you look at the rest of the schedule. The Bills, we can. I think we can stand to lose this game and still be able to make it up. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the season, just because of the way our division is kind of currently sliding right now. So, but I think psychologically, though, the Bills need to win this game. They have to get this game. They have to come back here, man, and just get the monkey off of their back and win this game that way. It's going to be huge, regardless, on both teams, and I expect both teams to come out, man, slugging like they're going to be dropping haymakers. This game it's going to be a good one. A lot of key matchups here too, in this game too, which is kind of what I want to pivot to right here. And Kulu, I know I want to respect your time, man, because I know you got somewhere to be. So I just want to kick this off to you, man. Like when we look at this game, who are some players that you are watching this game, whether it's a key matchup or whether it's just a player or players in general? Who do you have your eyes on?
I got my eyes on the middle of the field. I got my eyes on Bernard and Jordan Poyer. They are going to decide the outcome of this defense this next week. They have been our most consistent players all season, and I have to say that, even though I gotta say it with the exception of how Matt Milano and Daquan Jones was playing as well before they went down, but I'm talking about playing now. These guys are guys who've been stepping up all season long, and they are going to determine whether this defense is ready to play this Cincinnati offense. So I'm sticking with them as going to be very key players on the defensive side. Of course, we know our two superstars on the offensive side, Diggs and Allen. And I'm really watching that Gabe Davis and Kincaid. I want to see Kincaid. I really want to see Kincaid take that tight end, number one tight end position.
Oh yeah.
As McDermott said, that he's all about competition. Okay, you're all about competition. You paid Knox, but if Kincaid outperform him, are you willing to do what needs to be done? And I hope so.
Yeah. What about you, man? Who do you get your eyes on?
Well, Jimmy just took my thunder, but I'm not gonna say just Von Miller. I'm gonna say this defensive line, man. Defensive line has to be dominant tomorrow. This is I look at this like a legacy game, right? Josh Allen cements himself as the number 2 quarterback in the NFL by going out there performing and winning this game. Ed Oliver goes out and has a game where he has 2 sacks or a sack and a half and a couple of hurries and a couple of TFLs. Now you start talking about him as one of those elite defensive tackles in the NFL. You start talking about him like, is he the beginning of the next batch of 3 techs after Jeffrey Simmons and Quentin Williams and those guys? Or is Ed Oliver the next group? And then on the other side of the football, man, I mean, clearly it's Josh Allen. Josh Allen did not play well last year against the Bengals. He's young. He's the leader of the team, right? He's the quarterback. It all stops with him. It all starts with him. Is he going to be the 71% completion percentage guy that has 22 total touchdowns this year? Or is he going to be the guy that we saw in the playoffs last year that was missing digs on open throws and it looked like he didn't know what he was seeing in front of him? He's got to get out there and beat Coach Anarumo. He's got to beat him. And the last group that I'm looking at is that offensive line. We're the number 1 graded pass blocking offensive line. I believe we're like 6th or 7th in run blocking, according to multiple. I think there are 3 different grading systems. Let's go prove it tomorrow, right? You're going up against a very good Cincinnati Bengals defense, a very good scheme. Go out there and win. Spencer Brown, go out there and win. The interior of this old line, go out there and win.
Yeah, I love it.
To be on this game too, bro.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I know exactly where you guys are going, and I love this because Kulu, you get a chance, man, to jump in here, and before you head out, you get a chance, man, to really participate in this coming segment, man. A lot of fans love it. This segment, man, is called "Put Up or Shut Up," okay, and this is who on this team needs to
put up or shut up. It's like in my hand, I'm ruling.
Who needs to put up or shut up? So Kulu, when you look at, we talked about matchups and players who you're looking at. Who do you need to really put up or shut up? Maybe it's a player who's been kind of silent, and you're like, yo, where this dog been? Where you been at? Like you on a milk carton, like Rico says. I need you to put up or shut up. Who's that player for you?
That's Gabe Davis, man. You got to run the route tree, my brother.
Gabe
Davis got to learn the route tree. You have to learn something other than the deep post and the deep ball, bro, and the out pattern.
Man,
I mean, guys who can study analytics. I can say one thing, that last week we did see him doing a lot of quick slants, which is unusual for Gabe Davis. So he is the number 1 on the offense that I need him to show up and to play big. I need to see him like he played against Kansas City when when he had that 3 or 4 touchdown game in the playoff. That's big play. That Gabe is what I need to see this week. So put up a shut up for the man who has a C on his chest. He has a C,
come on,
guys.
man.
He has a C this year. He gotta live up to it.
Yo, I have been like so critical on Gabe, and I kind of fell off of it a little bit, but I'm like, maybe I was too hard on him. Like last year, I was so hard on him. Like I was very critical because I needed to see more out of Gabe. And then they went ahead and made him a captain. And so I'm like, all right, like this is it, bro. Like you can't be inconsistent anymore. You can't do it. And it kind of started, boom or bust. You know what I'm saying? Like that this year so far. And then last week, almost kind of had like a wouldn't call it like a resurrection, but it almost kind of like showed you something we hadn't seen before out of Gabe Davis, and it made me wonder if the reason why we hadn't seen so much out of Gabe on a consistent week-to-week basis is it because of Gabe, or is it because of Ken Dorsey's inability to utilize him properly? Like we know when we look at the stats and we see Gabe, and we know this guy is like this brother, like his yards per attempt, man, are way down the field. Like for the most part, man, he's running, deeper patterns, right? And so, if I remember correctly, I think earlier on in the year, I think in the offseason, I remember Josh talking about this offense, and he's like, "Yo, I need." I've talked to Ken Dorsey about getting Gabe Davis involved early, like shorter routes, and we didn't see it until last week. And so I'm wondering, like, if this is just a function of Ken Dorsey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like can Gabe really run those routes, and can he really do more than what we've seen? And so I'm willing to kind of wait a little bit, you know what I'm saying, before I really put Gabe out there like that. I love him, man. I like what he brings to the table. I do agree he needs to be more consistent, but I need to see if Ken Dorsey is going to keep using him the way he used him last week, or if it's going to be kind of the same way we've seen him being utilized, the past, 3, going on 4 years. Silas, who do you think, man, on the squad, bro, needs to put up a shut up tomorrow? Like you had enough, bro. You got to put up a shut up tomorrow night.
The OC and the DC, man.
Bro.
The OC and the DC.
Come on, man.
That's it.
You really kind of took mine, bro. Because I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, I'm in agreement with you with Ken Dorsey. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. You got the floor.
No, it's simple, man. I mean, we have injuries, and we lost, 3 All-Pro level players on that defensive side of the football. But the offense is pretty healthy. So Sean McDermott, you're a great defensive mind. That's why you got hired. Let's see. Like I thought that putting Poyer down at the weak side linebacker spot, giving them that 3 safety look, that kind of heavy dime package that we ran with against the Bucks. I thought that was ingenious. I wish he would have had that ready and keyed up in earlier in the Patriots game, because then we wouldn't have given up so many 3rd and longs for first downs. We probably would have won that game. But listen, they're gonna, you're dealing with the best group of wide receivers in the NFL and a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. You got your work cut out for you. And this offensive line, they got a really good pair of tackles over there. So I need the defensive coordinator to figure out a way to do what most teams can't do, and that's get Joe Burrow on the ground consistently. They haven't given up more than 3 sacks this year in the game. I want that double. Get Joe on the ground 6 times. Let's see that. Let's do that. I'll start there, and then, like you said, I'm not going to take your thunder on Ken Dorsey. I'll do that on Twitter later.
Yo, man, like for real, like for me, it's Dorsey. Like I need to see Dorsey put up, man. Like this game, I don't need Dorsey to be inconsistent either as a play caller. You know what I'm saying? Like I was, and Silas, bro, like we had this conversation seemingly like all last year with Dorsey and about what he's doing, and just really our lack of faith and trust in Ken Dorsey throughout the year. And it seemed like he got figured out and didn't make adjustments. Going into this year, I was like, all right, I let people say, all right, hey, man, he was rookie OC, give him a chance, going into year 2, blah, 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 all that kind of nonsense. Even though I'm like, yo, but the brother's been sitting here, for years under Brian Daboll. He knows the team. He knows the squad. It ain't like he like really a first year OC. Like it ain't like he coming in here with zero experience. Like the brother has been here in the system for a while. So anyway, but I was like, you know what? I'll give it to you. I need to see more this year. Well, he's been kind of up and down. I'm like, yo, it's the same stuff, man. Like, come on. Like, how you not using these guys? You know what I'm saying? I want like
struggling between when he took over the OC position. I think McDermott wanted to keep the same identity that Daboll left him. You know, he wanted to keep that same offensive firepower mentality. And now it seems like McDermott he tried to reshape that a little bit. Now we're seeing a little bit more of Josh under center. We're seeing a lot more handoffs than we were seeing that quarterback option play so much that we saw the last 3 years. So we're seeing I'm seeing that he's trying to find his own identity. But here's another thing that I'm seeing. I'm also seeing that he's trying to live his quarterback career through Josh Allen a little bit. Now you go back and watch him.
Thank you.
You go back and watch him.
Thank you. You finally said it. I've been saying it for a year now.
Yep.
He really has.
Just pull the tape. That's all
I feel like Rev, you know how when you in church, you be like, preach, pastor, preach.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, preach.
That's it, bro. Kulu, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. That's what I was seeing, you know, and he's trying to find his own identity. But like I said, he's trying to live his quarterback career through Josh Allen. And, you know, at the end of the day, you got to let Josh Allen be Josh Allen. That's what it is. You got to let the beast be the beast. You can't contain it. You can't hold it back. You got to let him be him. And when he rolls out to that right, there's nobody better. There's nobody better. You can't just make this guy a pocket passer and just say, this is what you have to do. I know we want to keep you safe. I get all that. I respect all of that because we can't afford to lose Josh Allen. But at the same time, we don't have a chance if he don't play like he is, who he is. You can't coach him out of who he is. He's a dog.
That's right.
Let a dog be a dog.
He got to where he is being who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the reason why you are a perennial Super Bowl contender right now. You can't just like shut that off and make the guy be somebody different. And I get it. Like I think, man, you know, and I tread lightly here because I don't want to, like, I say this tongue in cheek, okay, but it seems like Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, it's almost like they have like PTSD, you know what I'm saying, from Cam Newton, like they had a front row seat of that brother, how he came in and just took over the league, you know, but then like he had a short-lived career because of how physical he was, and he took a beating, and the brother's career just kind of fell off, and so they're like, yo, we've got a similar player to a degree, and Josh Allen, big physical quarterback, strong arm, very athletic, likes to run, jump, you know, run people over. Like we don't want him to be like the next Cam Newton who's out of the league in the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So like they're trying to protect him from himself. And so I get that, but at the same time, it's like while they're protecting him from himself, he's not able to be himself. You know, so there's a fine line that they're really trying to navigate here. And I think at the end of the day, it's like, you know who you drafted, right? You know who you drafted. You drafted this raw brother who was extremely athletic and has a strong arm. And like this guy, like you cannot just take his game away from himself, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of be safe, you know? And so, and part of that I think is the messaging from Ken Dorsey when he was like, yo, I tell Josh, you know, hey, be smart, not conservative. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I mean, no. Yeah, is it play smart, not conservative, or play smart, or be aggressive, not conservative? Something along those lines. And I think it's kind of messing with Josh because he's like, yo, all right, I get it. I gotta play smart, but you know, like you know, I gotta get this first down right here. Do you want me to get it or not? You know, like is it time for me to show up, or do you want me to take the L? You know, so I think Josh is kind of in his head a little bit too, and you just need to just let the brother go, let him do what he does best, and I think that's what we need, and I think he needs that too. Like I miss those design runs, man. Like, and I know people are like, yo, I'm so scared of those design runs from Josh, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, but really, when Josh is getting hurt, he's getting hurt standing in the pocket, you know. And so I think you kind of have to let Josh do his thing, man, and let him be who he is. At the end of the day, that's who we need. We need that. And I need Ken Dorsey to allow Josh to be Josh on a consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of where I am with Dorsey, man. Even with the way he's calling these games, like I get the whole 12 personnel thing. That was a good idea. You know what I'm saying? But now we've seen what happened last week. And I think Josh, and maybe you guys either agree or disagree, it seems like Josh is more comfortable in an 11 personnel formation, you know what I'm saying? Like where he's in the shotgun and let him see the field, scan the field, spread the ball out, and let him do his thing. What do you guys think about that, man? Do you think Josh lives better in that space, or do you think there needs to be more of a balance that seemingly like what Sean McDermott is trying to get this team to do on offense?
I think it should be more. I think it should more be a balance. I like the balance because look what Cook is doing. Look how Cook is playing. Look how Latavius is playing. You know, these guys are getting out and they're a threat in the backfield. We were not a run threat last year. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. No one was worried about who was behind Josh Allen last year. And now you bring Fournette in the mix of that. Oh man. The NFL is in trouble. If we can figure this out and figure out how to use those 3 running backs like they deserve to be used, it's going to be very hard for them to beat us. Now, we do have to play this smart because let's keep this all the way 100. Josh Allen is still dealing with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. And you know, he didn't, I think he only practiced 1 day this week because of that shoulder injury. So we do have to tread lightly on that, but at the same sense, the things that he does well, like I said, rolling out to the right, getting out in space, seeing the field, as you just mentioned, these are things that you have to allow him to do.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, man.
I think that you're a much more dangerous team when you can do multiple things. I like the 12 personnel. I like what they're doing out of 12, and it doesn't always have to be 2 tight ends. You can have like they've been running 12 personnel with David Edwards coming in as an eligible receiver, and they're doing 6-man protections and keeping Josh upright. You know, so if you got 6-man protections, you got Kincaid running routes, you got Davis running routes, Diggs running routes, and Shakir running routes. I mean, you good. Those are some solid weapons. Or if you want to keep a running back there to pass block for a second and then kind of sneak out and leak out because they're going to spy Josh. Yeah, that's a quick, easy 3, 4, 5 yards every single time, and it's an easy completion. Doesn't take a ton of time, and it doesn't take a ton of effort from Josh in order to get that done. But if you can force teams, defensive coordinators, to prepare for 11 personnel and 12 every week, if you can put on tape that we are a functional offense, not only in 12 personnel, but we can go empty and go 10 and go 11. And now what do you do? Because if you come out with a game plan to stop 12, we are going to spread you out and air you out. And then if you come out with a game plan to take away, to slow down that air attack, we're going to grind you out on the ground and just beat you up front. So, I mean, this is Ken Dorsey has an excellent opportunity to really put together a great offensive run with the personnel that we have, because we can run 12 and we can go 5 wide empty with Josh back there slinging it all over the yard, and we can do both effectively. We've already proven it. So it all comes back to what we've been talking about since last
Dorsey,
year, man.
Ken Dorsey. It's Dorsey. Like he has the keys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all on him. It's how creative he's willing to be, you know, to get the dub. Like I go back, you know, to those Patriot days, man. You know what I'm saying? Like with Tom Brady and them guys, and how those guys were able to morph. Say it again, Kulu.
Don't remind us, bro.
33-3, man. Tom Brady.
Yeah, bro. But I'm just talking about like it's just in general, like how they were able to morph from week to week. Like they come out there and run the rock on you all game long and be content with it, you know. Or the next week they would dink and dunk to Edelman all day.
Yeah.
And so like you have to be willing to do that, to do whatever it takes to win the game from a week to week basis. And I think that's kind of, maybe it's kind of what the Bills are trying to figure out. You know, all right, well, we know what we have in 12 personnel. We know what we have in 11 personnel, but let's try to incorporate this 12. Dang, Knox went out. Golly. All right, so we got to go back to 11. All right. So now let's see. We got Quentin Morris coming. Like, do we incorporate more 12? Do we do 11? Like, I think once they, like you mentioned, once they get this balance together and they're able to morph week to week based upon matchups and who they're playing, and even like within the game, this is where Ken Dorsey really needs to show up, because I think that, like, Lou Anarumo, man, like that brother right there, dude, like, he is a fantastic defensive coordinator. Like, he will make adjustments at halftime on the fly and come out and do something completely different. And this is where I need Ken Dorsey to really make his money. You know what I'm saying? To really show me who he really is. When you're going up against these kind of coaches, I need you to be able to make the same kind of moves and counter moves that they're going to make, because this is what we're going to see in the postseason. This is just like prelims. Tomorrow night, prelims to the postseason. This is what you're going to see. So I need Ken Dorsey to show me that he can adjust, because we know first half is going to look something, but second half is going to be completely different. Are you able to adjust and make the proper adjustments in this game to win this game, out coach these brothers? That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion. And this is why I think that, like, that matchup is Ken Dorsey, Lou Anarumo, man. Like, it's going to be a huge chess piece kind of a game.
And if I'm Sean McDermott, I'm disappointed how Deontay Hardy has been used.
Oh, brother.
You're talking about a speedster that has not even really been sent on a 7 route yet. Like, I mean, I don't say he has been, but they haven't really targeted. I mean, you got Stephon Diggs is demanding 2 people. Okay. You're going to get him on single coverage. They're not utilizing it. And even when you had Knox, they weren't utilizing it the right way. You have to get this guy in space. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, he's the 6th highest player on this team. 6th highest player on this team. And you're not utilizing him. So, again, Ken Dorsey. On you.
Yeah. That's 100% on Ken Dorsey.
Listen, if you line Diggs and Hardy up on the same side,
oh, bro, it's a wrap.
And you send Hardy deep, pick your poison now. Because you got to double Diggs. You got to,
So Hardy
and
gonna
that's
single
simple.
up. Yeah,
Hardy on the fly route, Diggs on the deep post. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
come on, Ken Dorsey.
Cook right underneath it. Cook
right underneath the flat. Right underneath in the flat.
Yep.
This ain't hard. It's not rocket science.
It really isn't. That's what
we can do this in Madden, bro.
You know what? Oh man, you brought up Madden. I can't believe, like, Whittle. You remember that last year, at the end of the season, man. Like, we talked about like what the heck is Ken Dorsey doing? Like, running these kind of routes with Gabe Davis. Like, it was just it looked like it was right out of Madden, and it was because there's this guy.
The 4 verticals,
the 4 verticals, man. 4 verticals, bro. 4 verticals.
The plays that take forever to develop.
That was a play. Yes, it was like it's the same exact play. I'm like, yo, Dorsey, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, you got it. So I need to see more out of him, man. I need to see more out of him. Yo, shout out to you guys, man, who are watching us live, man. Yo, smash that like for my man Kulu. Smash that like for my man Silas Whittle. Yo, we are gonna keep it moving right here. And I know, Kulu, you about to head out. But
no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you to the end, bro.
You good? All right, just let me know when. All right, just let me know when. Yeah, my man Mike Matty. I'm sorry, McMatty. I just butchered your name, brother. McMatty comes in with a super chat. I appreciate it. Yo, he says, yo, easily the best trade deadline moves under Brandon Beane. Do you guys agree or disagree with that, man? Like, is it
steak and potatoes, bro?
And really, like, it's not really hard, is it? Like, because when's the last time Brandon Beane really even made a move, at the trade deadline anyway, since, like, what, Kelvin Benjamin?
Oh, don't remind us, bro. Please.
Is that the last time he really made a move at the deadline? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
That wasn't even a move. That wasn't even a move, bro.
Nah. We got Naeem Hines last year. We got Hines last year.
Okay, there he is.
Naeem Hines at the trade deadline last year for Zach Moss, who figured out how to play football after he left the team.
So, yes, come on, man. Yeah. I love the move that Brandon Beane made. I love adding Rasul Douglas. I love Linval Joseph, and then even Leonard Fournette. Like I mentioned earlier, it seemed like it was very strategic. Very strategic. It wasn't like, oh, this is like even listen to Brandon Beane. He said, we were really thinking about where we needed to add these players. We thought long and hard about even on the offensive side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? But like these players were not just positions of need, but like the cloth that these players are cut from. You know what I mean? It is very specific to what they're looking for. You got a bulldozer in Leonard Fournette. By the way, man, I know you guys saw them hamstrings. Like that brother right there, bro. Like he looked like he's in some incredible shape. Incredible shape. Yeah. Like that guy. And then to get him right now, November, December, like when it's getting cold and for a lot of people are talking about, hey, the Bills are, they're this finesse team. They soft. They don't really like to get with it like that. You know what I'm saying? Get physical. You bring in a guy like that. In addition to Latavius Murray, but you bring in this big old power back, who's not just a power back, but he's nice with it. You know what I'm saying? When you leak him out, you know what I'm saying, in the flat. You know what I'm saying? So he's got good hands too. So you got him, physical guy. I don't know too many people who want to tackle Leonard Fournette, especially when you get a head of steam on you. And then you got Linval Joseph up front on the defensive line, who I think was a fantastic addition. I was really concerned with that defensive line, especially going up against this game right now. I was like, Whittle, if Brandon Beane don't make a move on the defensive line before this Bengals game, this D line is going to get exposed by Mixon. Like Mixon, they're gonna run all over him. They really are. And so now I feel a little bit better with Joseph in there. I still want to see, you know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of like, let me see, but I feel much better with him as opposed to Jordan Phillips or Poona Ford or Tim Settle, all that. I like Ford again.
I thought Ford was solid the last two games, man. But Ed just the interior doesn't move if Ed's not there. I feel like Jordan Phillips plays better when Ed is in pads. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what type of stepbrothers relationship that they got going on, but man, Jordan Phillips turns up when Ed Oliver's on the field. So just like I want to continue to see that. And that's the key, man. That interior pressure. Like edge pressure is cool, but you gotta put a helmet in Burrow's lap. Like you have to put a helmet in his lap. Because I don't need him stepping up and throwing to those avatars he got out there on the outside. Like I need him running for his life. Because the more time he's avoiding pressure, the less time he's looking downfield to find receivers.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. Like we need that interior pressure, and that's what we missed out of Daquan Jones. So, like he goes back to what I was saying earlier about how important he was to the defense as a whole. Now, do I expect to get that kind of interior pressure from Linval Joseph like we did out of Daquan Jones? No, but I think that him being able to, at least hold the point of attack, and then we heard from him. He said, I played in a similar defense, in Minnesota. It's an attack style 4-3. I like it. So we may see something out of him that we hadn't seen in the past, a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So he may be able to provide some type of interior pressure, even if it's not even if it's just straight bull rushing dudes, straight back into the lap. I'm fine with that.
Rev, he got 25 and a half sacks in his career, man. It's not great, but it's something. He got something.
And something. Right. If we can push the pocket, Kulu, then that opens up the doors for Oliver and opens up the door for Groot to clean up, which he's good at. You know what I'm saying? And so I think if they play it right schematically, you know what I'm saying? Like you can really hit that interior pressure and flush Burrow out into the open arms of Greg Rousseau to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So we cannot, what I do not want to see is Sean McDermott playing conservative.
Yeah.
Like trying to play coverage against these guys, because you're going up against a guy in Joe Burrow who already, like you mentioned earlier, Kulu, who gets the ball out incredibly fast. And he will slice and dice you to pieces, especially playing this heavy zone. So like we have to mix up the coverages. We have to blitz the guy. sporadically here and there. You know what I'm saying? But we have to get pressure on him, if not just to get him out of the pocket and moving. You know what I'm saying?
You know, here's something that is very interesting. You know, we have added a lot of players to our roster over the past few years. And here's an interesting fact that needs to be thrown out there. One of the things in my research about the history of the NFL, the history of the NBA, you notice that a lot of champions produce other champions. And when you talk about go down the line, you can say Bill Parcells and producing, Bill Belichick. And you go down the line further, you go to from Shaq to Kobe and from Kobe to the next generation. It's usually passed down from Phil Jackson, leaves the Bulls, goes to the Lakers, does the same thing. Think about this roster right now. Think about the guys who've won Super Bowls with this roster right now. Talking about Linval Joseph. You're talking about Leonard Fournette, who played with Tom Brady. You're talking about Von Miller, who's a Super Bowl MVP. You're talking about Mitch Morris. These guys are going to be difference makers on this team. Now, you go back to the 90 Bills, which we call the glory days. That is the one thing that we didn't have, bro. We didn't have Super Bowl experienced players on that, even though they went to Super Bowls, Super Bowl champion winners, people who know how to get over that hump. This is what's been added to this team, and this is what I really like about what Brandon Beane has been doing over the past few years. While we've been getting all this little hate, sometimes from our own fans, but you need to understand it takes champions to become champions. I want to know your thoughts on that.
Like you said it, bro. Like I think having those kind of players, man, it gives a team experience. You know what I'm saying? So like when they get in these positions, like even we look at just the impact that Von Miller had on the defense and really the whole team as in general last year, like having that voice in the locker room with that experience, with those pelts on the wall, who can say, look, I've been there, done that. Like that helps these guys when they're in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's crunch time and playoffs and here they are, backs up against the wall. Hey, don't blink. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a guy like that who's been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that adding these players really reinforces what Sean McDermott is trying to do and what he's trying to bring to the squad. This championship caliber. Well, it's one thing to say championship caliber. It's another thing to actually have guys on the squad who have won championships who can back that up. So I love the fact that they're bringing those guys to the squad. 100%. Go ahead, Silas.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, this is a big game. This is a big moment. We got guys that have not been in this situation before. Having veterans like a Von Miller or Leonard Floyd on that front line is going to steady that front line. I mean, some of these guys have played in big games, but like this is one of those back against the wall type. We need to win this game for our own mental sanity. Situation. Like you got to find out what type of team you have. This is where leaders step up and they rally the troops, and this is one of those type of moments. So it's easier to listen to a guy that has the resume. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm putting up 30 a game, a guy on the end of the bench getting 6 can't tell me anything. But if you put up, if I came after you and you were putting up 35, I need to start paying attention to what you're talking about because you know what I mean. So these guys won championships. This is going to be huge tomorrow because there are going to be moments in this game where you got to step up and somebody has to dig deep and make a play. And Super Bowl, these guys that have done that the Von Millers, the Mitch Morses, like they're going to show these young guys how to make those plays in those big moments. And hey, listen, AJ Epinesa, hello, show up, brother. AJ's been balling all year. Tomorrow's the game. Solidify yourself. Make yourself difficult to re-sign by having a big game tomorrow night. That's what I want to see.
100%. Yo, I think like these guys, man, and just to kind of just wrap this thing up here on that point. having those players, man, is huge because especially like even in this moment when it's not the postseason, or you know what I'm saying, but understanding like what they're up against, even beyond just the opponent, but understanding the situation and kind of the hole that they've dug themselves into, and how important it is for them to get back on track and get on top of this division. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, just being steady. You know what I'm saying? They had these guys who can be like, "Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right." You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we got to do. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Let's just play steady and understand what we need to do. If the Bills can play their game of football, like if they can play their game, which we know they can do, 100%, they can go out there tomorrow night and beat these boys. 100%. They have to get this win for their own psyche, for their own psychology. You know, that they have to get this win. And I think that these guys are ready for it. You know, but when we're talking about this game and what needs to happen, I want to ask you brothers right now, man. Yo, what are some keys to big dubs? And I'm gonna let my man Jordan Poirier say it. We've heard him say it before. At the end of every victory, baby, at the end of every victory, Jordan Poirier goes out and he says, "Yo,
Big dog! Big dog!
Big dubs, man. Big dubs. This is what we're all wanting to see tomorrow night. We don't want to be disappointed. I mean, anticipation levels are already through the roof right now. We want to see the Bills come out with the win. What are some keys, man? Like, what do these Buffalo Bills need to do tomorrow night in order to?
I think you got to keep Joe Burrow on the sideline. You got to control.
Right, so yeah. There he is. You hear me?
You hear me, bro?
Yeah. I got you.
All right, you back in it.
Okay.
All right. So what do the Bills need to do to win tomorrow night?
Oh, it's on me. All right. Yeah. We're second in sacks, and shout out to Joe Marino for putting this out there on his pod. He said that I think we're number one in potential sacks not converted or something like that, where like the Leonard Floyd joint where he had Baker Mayfield wrapped up and somehow Baker Houdini'd out of there and got a first down. That can't happen. You know, like that we gotta make it difficult on them to get to throw the football. That defensive line has to win. Make it a net negative to hand the ball off to Joe Mixon. And then when Burrow sits back in that pocket, give our coverage guys a chance by winning up front. Their tackles have played well this year. They played a lot better, but the interior of that offensive line has not been good. Ted Karras is not having a good year. Cordell Volson is atrocious. He's atrocious. We need to win, and we need to win in the trenches. That defensive line has to show up. We're number 2 in sacks. We need to be number 1 by the end of the game.
For sure. Kulu.
Yeah, man, we got to control the clock, man. We got to control the clock in this game. I think if you try to go in the shootout mode, I don't think you win. I think you have to control the clock. You have to keep Burrow. You have to give Burrow less possessions in order to win this game.
Man, hold on, Kulu. You said something right there, bro. Like you said, like if we go into shootout mode, we will not win this game.
I don't believe so.
I mean, that's something to really consider, man. Like you see this team just a couple years ago going shootout, you know, against Pat Mahomes. But man, to think that if they go into shootout, well, now why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like if they go into shootout with these guys, they're likely not going to win this game?
Because when you let's look at the personnel, their physicality is just. I mean, you saw it last year. I mean, do I need to say it again? Physically, they're more physical than we are when it comes to the skill positions. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
You know Chase, you know Higgins, you know Boyd. I mean, you know what Mixon can do if you get him going. If you give those guys too many possessions, it's going to be a nightmare for you. It's going to be a problem. So you have to control the clock. We have to play that balanced football, the 12 and 11 personnel that we talked about to control that clock. I don't say you just try to go for the quick score. You have to slow the game down and keep him off the field. And when he gets on the field, you got to put pressure on him. Like bro just mentioned, you have to neutralize Mixon. You have to take him out of the equation. The run defense is going to be very key in this game. Make them one-dimensional. If you can do that, you can slow this offense down.
Yeah. I agree. Ronald Ringler says the same thing. You run it well. For me, like it really, and we're all on the same page here. To me, it starts up front in the trenches, as it always does. I think the Bills, and this really goes back to last year too. It's the same thing, like the Bills' defensive line, like they have to stop Joe Mixon. I don't want to see them try to, just play this coverage game against these guys because you don't really match up well, and you know what I'm saying, against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I mean, it's really not a good matchup like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and if they devote too much attention to it, you're gonna have Joe Mixon, you know what I'm saying, running through that defense. So I need them to stop Joe Mixon. That's where the buck stops. If you can stop Joe Mixon, I think they have a much better chance with the guys in the back end. And to really piggyback off you guys, they need pressure. They have to generate some type of pressure on Joe Burrow, whether that's in the sack department or whether just getting him off of his spot, getting him uncomfortable. Even if you don't get him down, like make him feel you, knock him down. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people are probably going to think some type of way about this, but I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you may have to, situationally understand what's going on, and you may have to take, just take a flag. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. You know what I'm saying? Not I'm gonna knock your head off. But I mean, if it takes, you have to make this guy feel you. I think the Bills
really almost have to. Do you blitz though? Would you blitz this quarterback?
I wouldn't blitz him, man. If I blitz him, it would be very, very, very situationally, and have to be careful because this brother, man, he will light you up. Like if you miss, he's not gonna miss the read. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you got to be smart with it. I think the Bills are gonna have to. They're probably gonna have to. You blitz? Are you blitzing, Whittle?
Yeah, I'm ascended. I not every down, but if
situational.
If I find if I'm gonna tell my guys like Taryn and Poyer, hey, if you find yourself guarding a space of air and nobody's there, go get the quarterback.
Go after him.
Go get him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If the receivers vacate your area, go get the quarterback.
Yeah, they have to get him off his spot, and I think that even if it's like
it's about making
pressure,
they have.
Go ahead, Silas.
Yep, the Bengals have a tough time with the Bengals have a really tough time with the Cleveland Browns, and the reason why is because Myles Garrett terrorizes them every single time they play. Even the Steelers are in the Steelers play them tough because the Steelers have T.J. Watt. And they got Alex Highsmith, and they got Cam Hayward, and they can get after Joe Burrow. That is the key. You get Joe Burrow off his spot.
Him with 4, Silas.
Yep. Yeah, with four, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we should be able to get home with 4, but even still, I want to send an extra guy because I want to make sure that Joe Burrow feels this game tomorrow. Like on Monday, I want him to feel the Buffalo Bills steals.
Yeah, and I think that like it's so important for the Bills to do this. Like they have to go out in this game and really prove themselves to be the more physical team against a physical team who is likely more physical than they are. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to go out there and give it to them early and often. Like let them know, like, hey, we're gonna be here. We're not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like last year was last year. This is a different team this year. You know what I'm saying? And they had to get after him. Like I said, I mean, hit them, get them on the ground. If you get a hand on them, sling them to the ground. Like lay your weight on him. Like let him feel you. Like the Bills have to do this because if they sit back and be too comfortable and say we're just going to play coverage and all that kind of stuff, and they're not willing to be creative up front with their schemes and how they, their rush packages, they're going to get destroyed by Burrow. He's going to pick them apart. You know what I'm saying? And so they have to do that, even if it's like, get your hands up, in the passing lanes. Greg Rousseau 6'6", 6'7", like you like
Epinesa 6'6".
AJ Epinesa. Yeah. Like they have to be able to affect it somehow.
Big guys.
We got
guys,
some big, long defensive ends, and in an interior too.
Jordan Phillips, Phillips is tall.
6'6".
Yep.
Get those hands up. You don't get to him, get your hands up.
Mm-hmm. Right, because it's going to be difficult. We know he's gonna get that ball out quick. You know what I'm saying? So you're likely it's going to be difficult to really get after him, which is why, like when it comes to the blitz, like because he's getting the ball out so fast, it's going to be hard to even get home. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure you time it just right and pick your spots and pick your poison, really. You know what I'm saying? But even if it's like simulated or you could just get him off of his spot, which is why I think like that interior pressure is so huge.
Get right
so
in his,
huge.
right in his face.
Right in his face. We see, like I look at Joe Burrow. And this is nothing but respect, and really, I'm not saying that he's on this level, but like just from the way he plays, he almost kind of reminds me of almost like a Tom Brady to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very methodical. He's excellent in the pocket. He's highly intelligent. He knows where he's going. He can pick you apart, but he cannot stand interior pressure. You know what I'm saying? And so if you can get that pressure up front, what happened with Brady? He can't stand it. You know, he looks like a shell of himself. I think that's what you need to do to Burrow. You've got to get up his gut, get right up the gut, and flush him out, and let him scramble. Let him look down, like you had mentioned earlier, Silas. Like you know, if he's scrambling around the pocket, that's his eyes are not downfield. And then, and then to piggyback on what you had mentioned about Joe Marino, like when you got a chance to get him down, you have to get him. Like, well, I can't have this like almost sack. Like it reminds me of like the old Jerry Hughes back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like I almost got there. You know what I'm saying? Like I beat my guy, but I can't get home. I can't close the deal. We have to get him down. We have to. If we can do that.
Do you fellas believe DeMar Hamlin gets a standing ovation?
Yeah, for sure.
I think so. Yeah. I think so in this game. Like it's mad respect. I mean, we all understand what happened. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I expect the Bengals to really, you know, be classy about it. You know what I'm saying? When they get on the field.
Yeah. Much respect. And, you know, there's a lot of history there, you know, going back to the end of the drought. The end of the drought, that's, you know, Andy Dalton, man. Shout out to Andy, man. Helping us get over that hump, getting us to that first playoff that we hadn't been to in years. It felt like forever, man. It felt like pretty much since I've been a grown man.
17 years, man. Jeez.
Oh, man.
It's
old enough to drive in this country.
Right. So, you know, we in to see him lose his life and for them to be so gracious about it in that city, shout out to them and their hospital staff that took care of him and got him back to health.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, it's going to be a great game. It really is. I'm looking through some of the comments here right now. Silas, man, why don't you do me this favor, man, and read what Jeff King said, yo, because he's agreeing with what y'all are talking about. I think Silas, you may have mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Jeff. Jeff brings up the point about Von Miller.
Listen, the narrative on Buffalo changes with a win against Cincinnati. The narrative changes, and we control that. We go out there and we win by 2 scores. It's, oh boy, here come the Bills. If we go out there and win a tight contested game, and it's wow, like the Bills really, you know, they went into that building and they took a win, because not a lot of teams go into Cincinnati and win games there. So, and this is a stat, and this is going back, you know, 3-4 years. I think they're like 19-2 or something like that in their building. It's something crazy over the last couple of years. So yeah, you got to go in there and punch them in the mouth. But this is the thing. When we go in there tomorrow and punch them in the mouth, because they make everything personal, right? They take everything personally and make everything about disrespect. So let's go in there and give them the exact fight that they want. I need Deion Dawkins, who's a Jersey representative just like me, and Rasul Douglas to forget where they are and remember where they're from and meet them the same way that they want to meet us. I want to see fights. I want to see hard tackles. I want to see flags flying early in the game. Okay,
I need it.
That's what I want to see, because after we win the game and the talk changes, hashtag stay on that side, because you didn't pick us before. Don't pick us now. It's Buffalo versus everybody, and that starts tomorrow night.
Buffalo versus the world.
Against the world, baby. Against the world. That's hands down. Like I'm glad you brought up about Deion Dawkins, because I'm going back in my head to that Trey Hendrickson play last year where he rolled to me intentionally on Josh Allen's leg. Like, I need Deion Dawkins to remember that play. And when he see him lined up, I need Deion Dawkins to give him the business. You know what I'm saying? Like after the whistle, like Deion's got that move where he grab you by the arms and jack you down and put his weight on you. Like I need Deion to lay on his brother and don't let him up. I'm talking about just beat him into the turf. I need that kind of physicality from this team, man, because we have this stigma about being soft, and we have to get over that. And I don't think the Bills are that kind of team no more. I think we are a much more physical team than people are willing to give us credit for. But we have to prove it up against a physical team like the Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow night. And I definitely think that the Bills are up for it, man. Like when I look across the offensive line, like my man Osiris Torrance, dog to me, young dog. Like this dude is mauling, man. Nasty. Cool, man. When you see what do you think about it, bro? Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown.
Shout out to Spencer Brown, man.
Right.
Shout out to Spencer Brown.
Right.
Listen, Spencer Brown is
wanted him gone. I
did too,
him gone last year.
How many times did we talk about we needed to draft a right tackle?
A right tackle.
Come on.
How many of y'all were mad in this draft when the Browns, selected DeJuan Jones? Like I was like, yo, I wanted DeJuan Jones. And I'm like, yo, I was done with Spencer Brown. I've gone on record saying like, yo, he needs to put up or shut up, but I don't think the guy has it in him to even put up. I'm done. But he came out this year, man, and really shut me up. And I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad he did it because he's having a fantastic year. And I guess Brandon Beane was right. When he was telling us like, hey, man, Spencer Brown, he was dealing with an injury, back injury, blah, blah, blah. But give him some time. We trust him. Well, he's coming back on, man, this year, and he's doing his thing.
Real quick, I know a lot of people don't like PFF, but last year, Spencer Brown, out of 81 tackles in the NFL, Spencer Brown was ranked 76.
Yeah.
You want to know where he is this year?
Where you at?
Top 40. Last time I checked, I think he was like 34, something like that. And Deion was like 24. So yeah, like what the difference a year makes, man.
Yeah, the line
in health is a big thing. And
big time.
It's 100% chance you're going to get hurt in the NFL. I mean, it's a physical game, and especially on the offensive line. I don't think people really understand these players who play. Every play they play, they're running up against a big man or speed. It's a tough position to play. Left tackle, right tackle. Those positions are very tough in this NFL to play. So shout out to him for playing, living up to that 6'8", 325 stature that he has.
Yeah, the Bills' offensive line has been good, and this is why I think like the Bengals can't think that the Bills are the same team as they were last year because on the offensive line, completely different. I mean, you've got Deion playing out of his mind. You've got Mitch Morse, who's been Mr. Consistent. You've got Spencer Brown coming into his own, looking like a brand new player. You've got Connor McGovern, who's been like quietly like holding it down at left guard, and then you've got the rookie who's locking dudes up. This offensive line has been playing very well, and I expect them to continue that thing going on tomorrow night. And I want to see, what I want to see, guys? I want to see the Bills, man, come out, and I want them to let the offensive line really go off. And what I mean by that is like establish this ground game on these boys. You know what I'm saying? Let these guys get their rocks off. You know what I'm saying? And get out some early aggression, and just run the ball down these guys' throats with the likes of James Cook and Leonard Floyd. Let him get a piece. Like let these guys get going early on. I think it's going to bode well for the team, but it's really going to set a tone early. A tone early in the trenches, man. Like, hey, we ain't going nowhere. We coming to play.
Do you see Fournette dressing?
No. No, they didn't activate. They didn't activate him.
Okay.
Oh, they
didn't activate him. Nah, they didn't bring him up for the practice squad. They brought up Norman, but they didn't bring up Fournette, so he's gonna be inactive for this game. But let me ask you guys a question. And real quick, Dion is ranked 14th according to PFF. Spencer Brown is 29. 29 out of all the tackles in the NFL, both right and left. That is huge. That is huge. But
both.
If you were the head coach and you win the toss, you win the coin toss tomorrow, what are you doing?
I'm taking the ball.
I'm deferring.
You deferring? Yeah, I'm going. You deferring too?
I'm showing no fear in deferring.
I want the ball first. To me,
let me tell you something. I'm sorry, Rev. Let me tell you something. If their strength is their offense, if your defense comes in there, you kick the ball off to them, you stop them, they punt, and you get the ball back, you take the life out of that crowd immediately. Now you just got to go score, and you get the ball at halftime. So now we're playing the possession game because we can go 12 with you if you want.
And keep in mind, defense has been the strong suit of this team. Our defense has kept us in so many games, going back to the Jet game. Every loss that we have taken, the defense kept us in that game. Okay. So our defense is our strong suit this year. Play aggressive, no conservative, no playing coverage, play aggressive. And I think if we let this team know that we're not going to be out physical this time. So I'm right with you there, bro.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, my only concern is the Bills on third down, man. Like I don't want them. Like for me, I don't even want if I want them if they're going to defer, I want the Bills to get it 3 and out. I don't even want these guys to move down the field and take time off the clock, and then like when they get in the red zone, we just kind of like shut them down and limit them to a field goal. Like I want them to really just shut 3 and out early. If they can get an early 3 and out, then I would love it. But it's going to be difficult, man. But I think and looking at McDermott, we almost kind of already know what he's going to do, right? That's his thing. He's going to lean on his defense regardless. So I mean, yeah, if they can make it work, then yeah, and then coming back from halftime with the ball, get a chance to double dip. I think that's going to be important.
Takeaway on the first series.
oh God, listen. I need Poyer. I need Poyer to take it away. Poyer's been close over the last couple of weeks. We haven't had a turnover since the Jags game. We haven't had a turnover since the Jags game. I need Poyer to get one. I need Poyer to get one early.
Yeah. Bernard got close last week.
Yep.
He dropped one.
First down, because we know Burrow and then that offense, man. Like I want Thompson passing on first down. And so if they still do the same thing, first down. If the Bills were able to get it, like let's say, man, let's just say, put it out there, Bills get a pick on Joe Burrow's first attempt. Joe Burrow in the pocket, looks left, throws it to Jamar Chase, boom, intercepted by Christian Benford or Rasul Douglas. Bro, like that's the kind of statement that you want to make right there.
That's lights out.
I think that'd be huge. Yeah, for sure. And since we're already kind of talking about that, man, and shout out to everybody, man, who's still joining us live. Until we got over 100 y'all, 100 strong in this chat. Shout out to you guys. Smash that like from my man Silas Whittle and Kulu. And hit the subscribe button too if you haven't already done so. But this is a moment, man. Like Kulu, like you ain't been here for this, man. Silas knows what's up. But right now, like this has become one of the most popular segments on this show. Fans love it, and I gotta kind of prime it just a little bit here, man. But this is called
On My Mama. On My Mama. I put that on my mama.
On My Mama, baby. So
right.
Kulu, what this segment is right now. So you've heard about hot takes and all that kind of stuff. Well, this is kind of my twist on a hot take. This is something that you need to put on your mama. Like this is what's going to happen this game on my mama. And you got to drop it like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? And so fans love it. Fanatics, they go crazy and they drop them in the chat too. And so this is what I want y'all to do in the chat. I want y'all to drop your On My Mama takes too in the chat, and I'm going to read them live. But I can't get it started yet without my music, man. So I gotta go ahead and play a little music just to kind of get us in the right headspace before we close out this show. Let me go ahead and get it played up, man. Let me get it queued up. Here it is. Y'all let me know if you can hear it. Here it coming. There we go. All right. On my mama. Who wants to kick us off?
I'm gonna kick it off, bro. I'm the rookie. Kicking it off. Listen.
All right. Hold on, Kulu. All right, let me go ahead and solo you, brother. It means you got the floor. This is all on you, my man. So hold on a second. Let me get you. My man, Kulu, on my mama. And then you got to start off by saying, on my mama.
On my mama. Winter Soldier Josh Allen, that we've been waiting for all season, is coming to Paul Brown to ball. Let's go, Buffalo. And I'm saying my man Josh Allen taking him down. Winter Soldier Josh Allen is coming to play. Let's go.
Yeah. I like it. Cool. I think you could be a little bit more specific. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to be a little bit more specific. I'm gonna spin back. I'm gonna let my man Silas come in here and drop it, but I need you to be a little bit more specific. Put it on there. Don't be afraid. If it's wrong, it's got to be out there. But put it on your mama. Be specific. Well, I'm gonna circle back on you, Silas. My man, you ready? Here we go.
Know it.
Silas with his on my mama take. Get it, Silas.
On my mama, this defensive line for the Buffalo Bills tomorrow will have 6 sacks, and half of them are coming from number 40. Let's go.
Let's go.
You getting the dub in Allen Court tomorrow. Let's go.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. 6 sacks from the defense tomorrow night. Half of them from who? Number 40,
baby.
Big Von Miller with 3 sacks. That's what I'm talking about. That's on my mama. So Kulu, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's circle back. Here
oh my mama. Josh Allen, 350 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing. Josh Allen takes the Bills to the victory. Oh my mama.
Hey, yo. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh, that's an MVP. That's an MVP solidifying game, baby.
Listen,
that's it.
We living and dying with Josh tomorrow, bro. Telling you that.
Oh man, yo, I freaking love it. And you know what else I love? My man Jeff King coming in here. Jeff comes in here with a super chat. Jeff, I appreciate it. He says, "Yo, gentlemen, thank you for your time. Bills, you either want this or you don't. Nobody's going to hand anything in life to you or the NFL. Now go out and take what's yours and ours." That's what I'm talking about, man. Bring that fire energy, Jeff. I love it. It's all on the Bills right now, and they have a time and an opportunity to really re-solidify themselves in the eyes of the national media and everybody across the NFL with a statement win. Not just a, oh man, we escaped with a win. I'm talking about a statement victory tomorrow night against the Cincinnati Bengals, who came on our turf last year in the playoffs and beat the brakes off of us. The Bills got to do it, man. This is it. It's time to take it. I agree with Jeff. So let me think. Let me think about it all I'm going to take for me. Because I'm loving the Josh Allen Winter Soldier 5 tutties. That's 35 points by Josh alone, baby. I love it. And then, 6 sacks from the defense. It's kind of hard to follow that up, man. Three sacks from Von Miller. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it to y'all like this. Here we go, baby. On my mama. We already know that the defense has been the talk of the town. But Brandon Beane made some key additions to the defense right at the trade deadline, chiefly cornerback Rasul Douglas. So on my mama, Rasul Douglas makes an appearance tomorrow night against the Bengals, and he not only plays the game, he not only shows up, but Rasul Douglas has 2 picks in this game against the Cincinnati Bengals, showing everybody why he's that dog and why Brandon Beane brought him to the squad. Let's go. That's on my mama, baby. Let's get it.
Go. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Love it. Love that segment.
Yeah,
bro.
man. I love it, baby. I love it. Now let me take the time right now. We're gonna go through the chat. I want to read some chat. Read what the chat are talking about here because they've dropped it on my mama takes right now. And I want you to read it because they come in, man. Yo, the chat, yo, Kulu, in case you didn't know, man, yo, the chat is where it's at. Yo, the chat is live every show, and they are phenomenal. So let me read here and see what they're talking about here. I'm going to scroll up here a little bit here. I want to see what they said. I know I saw it on my mama take. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Let me see here. Boy, I just saw it, and now it's gone. Here it is. Here it is. Austin. Silas, go ahead and read that, man.
On my mama, Bills blow out the Bengals. I like the sound of that. I like it.
Man, wouldn't that be nice? Blow out the Bengals on their home field. Blow them out. And we're going to talk about score predictions here coming up shortly, too. So I want to see what, because, I mean, Kulu, you talking about Josh Allen put up 35. It was at 5 tutties. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this right here for sure. On my mama, man. Let me see here. Yo, Kim Betts agrees with you, Kulu. She said, yo, Winter Soldier for sure.
Winter Soldier, there it is. Put the muscle up.
This is the perfect game for Josh. Like all year, right? We're talking like, yeah, putting Josh, in the box a little bit. Like, hey, man, like it ain't time for you to come out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand? Whoop. Nah, man. This game right here against the Bengals, we taking Winter Soldier out the box, man. I need Winter Soldier this game. I think he's coming out, man. I think he's coming out. Calvin actually comes in. Kulu, read that for me, man. See what my man Calvin says.
Over 110 yards, 2 tutties. Let's go. Let's go.
Man. Cook with a monster game. I love it. For sure. Let me see here. The Kraken comes in. Oh, my mama. Bill's going to whoop some, you know what? Kincaid with 2 touchdowns like a boss, you heard? Oh, man. Wouldn't that be lovely? Let's go, rookie. Kincaid with 2 touchdowns, man. Yo, he needs to eat, dog. Like, Kincaid needs to eat. 100%. Okay.
It might happen.
So now.
Cincinnati struggled against tight ends. They struggled against tight ends and shit.
You saw what happened with last week, right? So, like, I think with George Kittle
burned him.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he ain't going to be an X factor in this game.
Joe, he is, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you look at
and remember Hardy, don't forget about Hardy, please.
Yes, when you look at who they have to cover, they're already gonna put attention on Diggs. But when you look at last week, what they did, how they spread the ball around. So you got, you've got Gabe Davis. We ain't even talked about Khalil Shakir, who last game, you know what I'm saying, had like a career performance, almost 100 yards receiving. So now they got to figure out, dang, I gotta study up on Khalil Shakir. You know what I'm saying? And then Dalton Kincaid and my man James Cook. Like they got some weapons here. And Silas, man, talk about how the Bengals, man, have been kind of like these young safeties, man. They've been a little sus, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to cover up the slack from who they left, who left in free agency and Von Bell and whatnot. So I think we can exploit them. I think we can. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that. Now, this is the time of the show, and we're about to close it out, man. Shout out to you guys. We are like 2 hours in. Kulu, I promise, like this wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be up here 2 hours.
I'm having a ball, bro. I'm having a ball.
I'm glad you're having fun. And if y'all are having fun and you appreciate my man Kulu, you appreciate my man Silas, drop some mics in the chat right now. I need to see it. Show these brothers some love, man, right now. But this is the time, for score predictions. Score predictions, man. What y'all got, man? Yo, do y'all see a close game? Do y'all see a Bills blowout? Do y'all see it other way? Do you see a Bengals victory? I'm gonna go on record right now and say, like, before the trade deadline transpired, I didn't think the Bills were gonna win this game. I didn't feel comfortable with the matchup and the way the Bills were currently constructed. I was like, man, I don't think they're gonna win the game. But now that I see some of the moves they made, which were crucial, I feel a whole lot more confident in the Bills' chances this game. But I'm gonna kick it off to y'all to start the thing off right now. whoever wants to start it, y'all go ahead and start it with your score predictions. Who do you got?
Go ahead, Silas.
All right, yeah, I take this one. Give me Buffalo 31-23. 31-23. I think Josh takes us down late in the fourth and puts us ahead. I don't know if it's a walk-off game winner, but I think he takes us down the field and puts us ahead for good, and we don't give that up, and we don't give it back up.
I love it.
I think
31-23.
I think this is going to be a close game in the first half, but I say Buffalo pulls away with it in the second half, 41-28.
Oh, we got a 40 burger, a sighting of a 40 burger. Y'all drop that burger in the chat, man. Drop it in the chat for my man Kulu. 40 burger in Cincy. Yo, if that happens, yo, I'm going to be ecstatic. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be like Jeff. Jeff King says, yo, he says, on my mama, if we win this game, I'm going streaking. And I'm filming it to scare everybody. Yo, hey, man, I love it, baby. I love it.
Oh, man.
All right, so I've got some score predictions here in the chat. I've got Lewis. Lewis comes in, he says, yo, all my mama Bills win 35-21, which is close to what you said, Silas. I like it. For me, man, like, okay, here we go. We got Augustine coming in, 35-10 Bills. Oh, my gosh. Now, can you imagine that? The defense shows up and shuts these boys down to only 10 points. That's it right there. If they do that, it's a wrap. It's a 35-10. I love that score. 35-10. Ronald Ringler comes in. What's up, Ronald? He said 35-24. Very close again. I love that score. So for me, man, let me think about this, man, because let me tell you, Kulu, man. Like, if you don't know, you don't know, get to know me, bro. I'm very emotional, man. I'm an emotional fan. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, and then like Pierre the Kingpin, he says, yo, Rev, yo, he flip-flop every week. He be, against the Bills one week, he be on the bit. Look, that's just how I fan. Like, I get highly emotional. And the way the Bills have been playing consistently, I'm like, yo, I ain't feeling it. Like, even though they won against the Bucks, I still need to see some consistency out of the offense specifically. You know what I'm saying? But going into this game, when I look at the defensive side of the ball and I see what they've done, I feel better. I feel better about this game. And at the end of the day, man, it is just, I may talk it, I may say this and that, but it's hard for me to root against the Bills. It's hard for me to say the Bills are going to lose this game. It really is hard. As a fan, it's hard for me to say that. And so I'm going to give the Bills a victory this game. Pierre, you can clip it all you want to. I don't care. It don't make me no difference. I'm going to go with the Bills winning this game, but I think it's going to be a close game. And I'm going to go with the Bills 33, Bengals 23. I mean, if that's close, 10 points is close to me. But I think it's 33-23. And I think at the end of the game, like you said, Kulu, I think the Bills are going to start. I mean, it's going to be close, and then they're going to kind of pull away a little bit here. And maybe towards the fourth quarter, we start to see the Bills kind of pull away a little bit more. 33-23, Bills over the Bengals. That's my score prediction, baby. The Bills dub. And, man, we got a lot of we got mics. We got mics, man. We got mics for y'all, baby.
Another 40 burger in the chat.
Hey, let me throw a little context in there, Red. Throw a little context in there. Sean McDermott is undefeated against an opponent he lost to previously, whether it's been regular season or playoffs, in the same season or the following season. This is another one of those games that fits into that criteria. And Sean McDermott is also undefeated after a bye week. We had 10 days to prepare for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I expect a sharp and calculated game plan tomorrow. I expect the Bills to play well.
I like that.
I think so too, man. I think the Bills I think they're gonna really show up this game. Like, I think everybody, even from the coaching, like I think they understand the magnitude of this game. Even though they may downplay and say, well, it's just another game, like they understand how important this game really is. You know what I'm saying? And especially it's like going back, like I mentioned earlier about how the Bills had to beat the Chiefs in the regular season just to kind of get that monkey off their shoulders. I think the Bills are going to come into Cincy tomorrow night, and they're really going to show up and put it on these brothers, man. It's gonna be a hard fought game, but the Bills are gonna close it out in the end, and we're gonna be looking at these Bills like, all right, they back. No more inconsistent Bills, no more Jekyll and Hyde Bills. These are the boys that we've been expecting to see, and they did it bright light Sunday night against, a dog in the AFC who's had our number. Yeah. I love it, man.
And you know what? Look who's talking. Look who's talking. Look who's doing all the talking. Look who's doing all the talking.
You mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
And look how gangsters move in silence. The mafia move in silence. We have all the motivation from last year. We don't need to say another word. We don't need to pump ourselves up for this game. They need to talk about Isaiah McKenzie and what was said and what wasn't said to get themselves. We don't need that. We already had that. We lived it the whole off season. So we can just keep silent and we let our play for us on Sunday night.
And the fact that I'm glad you brought this up. Like the fact that they have to generate these kind of false narratives in order to get themselves hyped up for the game. I mean, you can see it as like a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like they really are kind of concerned about this matchup. They may be like a little bit, intimidated by these Bills, and they see what they can do, and they feeling like I got to find some kind of way to hype ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really have that internal motivation themselves, man. I think the Bills are gonna come out here, man, and punch these dudes like straight in the nose, man. Like I think it's gonna be a very physical game, led by the Bills. They're not gonna be sitting here playing the rope-a-dope. I think these Bills are gonna come out, man, and throw some punches.
One thing we know for sure. We have struggled with subpar teams, but against teams that we know are quality teams, like earlier with Miami, we come out to play. We're gonna come out.
Oh, facts. Yeah. The Bills play up. The Bills, they definitely play up, and they're gonna play up tomorrow night. They better. You know what I'm saying? They better play up tomorrow night. I'm feeling it. I feel really good about this, man. Yo, gentlemen, man, I appreciate y'all, man, for joining me. Hey, everybody, man, look, y'all show my man some love, yo. Like this is a fantastic show. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it. Shout out to my man, Kulu, man. Look here, before we head on out, like this is what I want you guys to do, because both of y'all got your own podcast, man. So I'm gonna give y'all some time right now, man, to go ahead and plug your podcasts and all that kind of stuff, man. Let everybody know where they can see you, where they can watch you, and what you guys got going on. Kulu, since you knew, man, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you.
Yeah, man, you can find me on the Built in Buffalo platform, Built in Buffalo right here. Go subscribe on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. It is at Buffalo Against the World. We're on every Monday at 7 p.m. You can find me, and we actually have live call-in, so you can call us in with your post-game reactions. You can do that on Monday night, man. See y'all soon, man. Shout out to Buffalo Fanatics. Shout out to Silas and his team, man. We just happy to be here, man. Happy to be here. Let's go, Bills.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for showing up, man. My man Silas. Let everybody know what's going on, baby, because you got some new things popping off, man, this year. Let everybody know what's good, man. What you got cooking?
Hey, listen, you can follow me on Twitter at Whittle2K. It's right there to your bottom left on the screen. I got a podcast, me and another Bills fan. It's called the Coast to Coast Podcast, where we bring not just Buffalo Bills content, but we bring a in-depth look at the Buffalo Bills opponents. So, we just want to educate the fan base on not just the Buffalo Bills. We know our team, but we want to get to know everybody else. So when we get guys like Rasul Douglas and Linval Joseph, we know exactly what they're bringing to the table. We got some other fan interactive things coming up very, very soon. And, man, I appreciate it. Like, if you come rock with your boy, I appreciate it. Go Bills.
And talk about the spaces too, man. Talk about the spaces.
Oh, yeah. Check this out. Listen, Twitter Spaces, that's the party. That's the party spot. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll get a notification. You can hop in. You don't have to take a mic and speak. But once we beat the Bengals tomorrow night, I guarantee you want to be in that Twitter space, because it's going to be very, very entertaining. Extremely entertaining, I promise.
Monday is going to be something else, bro. I think the Bills come out and win this game. We're gonna shut Twitter down. Like, Twitter's gonna be, shut down for maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Like we really gonna take over. It's gonna be nuts. I may call in. You know what I'm saying?
Rev, I got a lot of material in the cut waiting.
I know you
waiting
do,
to
fam.
unload it on the timeline. I'm waiting. I got the holster. I got it holstered. I'm ready to start
man.
shooting.
I know you do, bro. I know you do. Hey, one last super chat comes in from my man James. I appreciate it, James. He says, "Yo, great job, guys. You got us all pumped up for tomorrow night. But how did all of you guys become Bills fans?" I want to start with you, Kulu, man. Let everybody kind of know your story, man, and how you became a Bills fan.
Man, I was born and raised a Bills fan. Born right here in Buffalo, New York, upstate New York. Man, born into it, man. Just the Super Bowl parties from when I was a kid to where dad and mom used to be like, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, no school tomorrow. Never happened. But ever since then, I'm still holding on to that hope. Still holding on. And I'm going to tell my kids the same thing when we get to that bowl this year. No school if the Bills win. That's going to be our holiday. We're going to be downtown. And I hope y'all brothers fly into Buffalo for that.
You ain't lying. Silas, what about you, bro? How did you become a fan?
Hey, man, the first football game I ever watched was the Giants-Buffalo Super Bowl. And I wasn't really into football. I was a baseball player at the time. I was, little kid. And I just felt so bad for him. And I was like, but you know what? This is a good team. This is a good game. They'll be back. They'll do it again. And then they went back the next year. And I was like, yeah, this is my team. So I jumped on. Listen, I jumped on when it was good. I hopped on the bandwagon, but I rolled all the way through the playoff drought and all the. I've been here since I've been here with the Trent Edwards and the JP Losman, and I've been here, man. I've been here, so don't kill me too much, man. Stevie Johnson's my guy, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, for sure. So for me, man, like
and Carlos Williams, is another one. He's doing big things, man. I like that. He's doing big things out here. I like him a lot.
Shout out to Stevie for teaming up with us for the Buffalo Against the World song. So shout out to Big Stevie. J1 Trey.
Man, you already know, man. Why so serious, baby? Shout out for sure. For me, I grew up a Bills fan. So I'm from Texas, but my dad is from Buffalo. He grew up in Buffalo. He's out there, and all that, And so he was a Bills fan his entire life. I mean, him, my uncles, everybody, Bills fan, diehard Bills fans. They've been waiting for a Bills championship, bro, and they had to, and so I just kind of grew up, it's my dad, you know what I'm saying? So I just fell into that thing. And some of my earliest memories, man, and this is in Texas, we don't really get a chance to watch a whole lot of games, man, but I remember, I was there for the Super Bowls. I remember the first Cowboys Super Bowl. That's really when I was like, yo, man. And that broke my heart, man. That game broke my heart. But what really broke my heart, man, was the second one when I thought the Bills were going to win. I thought the Bills were going to win because they had the lead at halftime. They came out and then lost the game. I was crushed. And, and as a little kid, I'm like, I'm never going to follow them again. You know what I'm saying? But once you got a team, it's really like they got you. You can't go anywhere. And so I've been with these boys, man, all my life, as long as I can remember. One of my favorite players, man, Thurman Thomas. Love me some Thurman Thomas, man. Grew up, man. When I played ball, man, I always wanted to be like Thurman. So I've been here, man. I've been here with him. I ain't going nowhere. Even though I'm critical of him, I ain't going nowhere. So the good thing, man, is that everybody here is fans.
Super Bowl days, Bills.
Yeah.
Super Bowl Bills.
Yeah, man. I go back, man. I go back to them days, man. And so, it's. But the good thing, man, is that everybody here, man, you're we're fans, and that's one thing, man. I appreciate so much, man, about this platform, BF platform. Myself, man, is one thing I'm learning about you, Kulu, and I know about Silas, man, is that we're at the end of the day, we're fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider myself anything else than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan. I'm not talking about the team, but I'm a fan of somebody else. No, man, I'm a diehard Bills fan. Been there my whole life. Ain't nothing changing. I ain't going nowhere, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Come hell or high water, I'm gonna be here for these boys. And this is why I can't go into this game and be like, yo, the Bills gonna lose. I don't care, how I felt earlier. I'm rocking with these dudes. I'm rocking with him till the wheels fall off. It is what it is, man. And I'm rocking with y'all, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out, man. You guys been rocking with us all night, 2 hours strong. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but make sure you guys go out there and follow my man Kulu at Buffalo Against the World. Follow him. Go check out his podcast, Buffalo Against the World, and on the Built-In Buffalo platform. Follow my man Silas Whittle at Whittle2K. Go check him out, Coast to Coast podcast. Yo, and you guys already know where I'm at. I'm right here, baby. I am right here. Ain't going nowhere. And until next time, baby, as always, man, you know what time it is, baby. Grace and peace. God bless. We'll holler at y'all later. Victory Monday is going down for these Buffalo Bills. You ready? You already know it. It's Buffalo Against the World, baby. And until next time, baby, grace and peace. God bless. And go Bills. Silas.
Yo.
Bro, appreciate you, man. Appreciate it, brother. I was hoping Kulu was gonna stay on, man. Just to thank him personally, man. But yeah, hey, man. Yeah. It's all love, bro. Whenever you come in, bro. It means a lot.
Of course. Yeah, man. I appreciate you.
Dude, this is gonna be a heck of a game, man. A heck of a game. Dude, like, I wasn't feeling comfortable, man, with this game, bro. I'll be honest, man. I wasn't feeling comfortable before we made these moves at the deadline. I think now, bro, I think with these additions, the Bills, man, I think it's all on Ken Dorsey, dude. I think a lot of it on Ken Dorsey. Yeah. I feel like Sean McDermott's gonna have these guys ready.
I think the defense is gonna play very well.
Yeah. I think the defense is gonna show up, man. Like, even we go back like last week, like they showed up. Like, they've been playing well in spite of the injuries. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you add these guys like Linval Joseph, Rasul Douglas, you add these guys in here, like, the defense is only gonna be better. And so knock on wood, as long as these guys stay healthy, I'm not even concerned about that. It's the offense. Like, if Ken Dorsey can figure out this chess match against Lou Anarumo, we're gonna win this game. Because it's going to be a heck of a matchup, dude. It's going to be back and forth, high-level coaching. And it's going to be right on Ken Dorsey's lap.
Hey, man, like Kingpin says, man, remember who we have. Remember who we have, you know? Yeah.
Facts. And we got to let that man loose.
We still live?
We got to let him loose. Huh?
It says we still live.
Yo, we still live.